Boxy.tv is going to win, but something like Boxy.tv is going to take down the cable industry. And when cable television dies, and when I say dies, I mean newspapers aren't dead. There's probably people still doing smoke signals somewhere too. I mean, but when it dies the way we know it, and the way we know it, it's going to die. Because here's what I get pissed about. I spend $6 a month on Lifetime and $7 a month on Japan Channel, and I don't consume it. This a la carte concept that everybody now lives in is not true to cable. It's like if we all went to McDonald's after this and said, yeah, I'll take a Big Mac and McFlurry. They said, that's great, you're taking everything else too. $2.40. I mean, we're laughing, it's funny. It's exactly what all of us idiots are doing every day. We're all paying for a bundle of content, and that is something that people are not going to accept in a world where, see, this isn't about Twitter. This isn't about Facebook, though they're very close to being layered above the internet with Facebook Connect, and they're on a different path. But this isn't about TubeMogul or Midler or Veo or all the other little things, Daily Photo Booth, or any of these things. This is about the internet itself. This thing, the modern internet. And I defined the modern internet when AOL started sending me a ton of those CDs. When people actually were on it, not people that were really smart. I mean, like average Joe, right? I'm talking 1995. We're talking 14 damn years. 14 years. And this thing is beating the crap out of every other communication platform out there. And there's a lot of smart people, much smarter than me, that are going to continue to build products to build on top of this. But what we have to understand is one thing. Every business, every one of us, no matter what you do, you are in one business. Only one. The eyeballs business. 40 years you put them together, right? You're in the eyeballs business. And this platform allows Jersey boys like me to sit in my office when I decided and buy a $300 camera, sending a stock boy from a liquor store at Best Buy to go buy it, tape a show about wine, put it out for free. Everybody else is incurring more costs. By the way, that might not even last forever. Hey, probably will, but might not. Because the fact that we can put out the content, we can put it on WordPress, I mean, you can go to Tumblr and get your own domain and they'll host it. Not even .tumblr, your flat-out domain. I mean, everybody's doing all the things for us. We use things like Twitter and Facebook and other platforms to PR, to engage, whatever you want to do. But our entire cost of getting into this game is pretty much zero. It's sweat equity that's going to really define who can win. And what I'm passionate about is in a day and age where a lot of people are looking for jobs, and the average income in the U.S. is like 40 G's, that I know that anybody who's got straight up passion about a subject, even if it's freaking ketchup, can go out there. Guys, I promise you, you start a ketchup blog and you start reviewing ketchup and going to ketchup, Heinz got $75,000 a year for your ass. And to me, a lot of you may not realize, but recently my brother AJ graduated and we started VaynerMedia consulting company. And we're dealing with several Fortune 500 companies, and we're dealing with all the legalities, and I understand the reservations and the suits, and I get all that. But the fact of the matter is this. What these platforms are allowing us to do is do one thing. Scale our customer service. Scale our caring. And somebody said to me recently from a major brand, yeah, that's only customer service. What about all the other stuff? And I'm like, that is the stuff.